Hello, welcome to Laura's Paint and Minis. I am Laura, and we are going to work on finishing up this Oni, or Ogre Mage, whatever you want to call it. So we just got the base to do. Sorry about being a little bit late. I have a toddler who's getting over the flu. Forgot to get the, make sure I can see my chat. There we go. Now I can see it. So yeah. Just having some troubles getting him to go down, and since we were being lenient with him being sick, not necessarily enforcing different things. So now it's the hard part of getting him to understand that he still needs to respect us and that we can't just basically sit on the couch all the time. But anyway, he will hopefully stay down for a nap, which will be hopeful for him to get better. So what I'm thinking for the base here, I was trying to think about what to do. Hey there, Kodiak. Welcome. So I was trying to think about what to do with the base, especially since it is it's one of Reaper's sculpted bases. And I do have a pretty strong color scheme here. So I wanted to try and go for something a bit more neutral / something to play into the color scheme so it doesn't clash. So I decided on trying to kind of do sort of a dried up riverbed kind of look. So I've got black and brown and burnt orange, which were both colors that I used on the mini elsewhere. Normally get the mixing all done beforehand, but like I said, it was a little bit rough going getting the toddler down. Today, since we're kind of basically transitioning back from him being sick with the flu. I forgot to bring my phone in, otherwise I would show you kind of a picture of kind of what I'll go for. This is not taking actually. So I had actually put some burnt orange in each of these. I just had too much black and brown. So actually we'll probably use these four right here. I already have the a base coat of black and brown on the mini. Now I just need to thin these down a bit. Okay. Actually turn my palette. So for this, I'm gonna, so you can see that now, like there's already some sculpted texture and stuff. And so I'm gonna use that to basically, so I'm going to try and create up here on this raised part, kind of make it look like the earth is so dry out that it's cracked, like that kind of a look. And then in here, it's going to be, I'm going to keep it darker than up here, just based on a photo reference that I looked at earlier. And I'm going to use some water effect, be this guy. Realistic water, it's woodland scenics. Because I don't need I don't need waves or anything like that. I just need like a little bit of a sheen, so to speak. So I mean, I could just use I could just use like gloss sealer. That also would probably work just fine, but I already have this water stuff, so and I'm just going to play around here on this. So this is really not going to take much at all as far as figuring out. It's more of the cracked earth idea that is going to take some experimenting. So that's what I will be kind of trying out at the moment. Use some of the built-in textures here to give me some ideas of where to put some cracks maybe. And I'm thinking that I'm not gonna worry too much about covering up the black and brown base coat, just because I think it's gonna just play out easier to come back in and do some freehand lines with the black and brown. But I am still going to try and do a little bit of thinking about where those lines will be. So I got a couple votes in on the next mini for my paint along series on my YouTube. And it technically, from all the different social medias that I'm on, there technically was a tie between Reaper's female genie. I think it's got like an A name, like a Shara or something like that. And a newer female dwarf, like warrior type, which I think was one of their freebies in the last few months, I think. So I decided to go with the female dwarf because we don't have very many of those, and it'll be fun to do some OSL on that one. It's got a torch that's close enough, sculpted close enough to the face. That will mean that I'm limited on color schemes, so I am for sure planning on doing just a regular looking torchlight. I'm considering going a little bit like more of a reddish tone, reddish light, torchlight. Because I mean, you can, even with that, you kind of have a choice between yellow, red, or orange if you're going with the regular torch light, regular fire. I'm leaning towards wanting to do like more of a red light coming off of the torch that's sculpted onto that. Which that will mean I will want to stay away from any greens, pretty much. Because otherwise it'll just turn out to be gray for any of that that's actually painted in light, grayish. think the easiest thing to do is just to plan on like a primary color scheme for that um, for that many. So I can have the red being in the torch. I can use some yellows or even just yellowish browns. And then some blues, and none of that will gray out. I mean, they'll obviously won't necessarily be blue in the light. I mean, for instance, because blue mixed with red, it's gonna look a little purplish. Okay, final highlight time. Which I'm gonna purposely make this look even more like blockier here. And then I'm gonna come back with the blackened brown and kind of use my blocks here. We'll see how that works. See if we can kind of convey the idea of some dried out ground. And again, this is just kind of an experiment. Okay, here we go. And I'm getting out a smaller brush. Just to make sure I don't, because gonna need some pretty fine lines here and there. Let's see, start somewhere. Does mean I need to load my brush more often. Reload. What? Zoom in so you can kind of see better what I'm doing. So these bigger sculpted in areas can be like really deep cracks in the ground, and then I've got these little thinner, lighter ones that can be kind of just some thinner, shallow cracks. So I think that's kind of starting to give that look of cracked, dried ground. I'll compare it already. So I'm going to keep going with that. And with finishing this up, or being able to pretty much finish this up this week, because this really is not taking all that long. I mean, I guess we've used about all of our time on it, but I definitely think I could get this done today. Maybe not on stream, because I've also still got the realistic water that I need to pour. But the point I'm trying to make here is that means that I will have a new eBay listing sometime this week, because that's what this mini was for. It's painting to sell. Okay. Try and just keep them thin and also go a little random with them. Just little squiggly lines basically, while keeping them thin. I feel like a lot of these teeny tiny lighter lines really kind of help sell that dried, cracked earth. Whoops. So yeah, when I do get that up, if you are not familiar, I tend to post a link on my Facebook page. So that is the best place to check back if you are interested in purchasing this. We'll check back at my prices. I'll always have the starting bid lower than what I would technically charge for a commission, but then I will put like the buy it now pretty much at the commission price. So if you know you want this, I'd be willing to skip the eBay if you're willing to buy it at the buy it now price, which would be the commission price. Or you can take your chances and go the way of the auction. I know I've posted my prices on a couple different places. I think I have it on my Facebook, my Instagram. Now I put it on my Patreon just as like a free or public post. So there are various places you can go and look that up if you're wondering. I'd have to go and check myself. There's a reason I created a post, so I didn't have to try and memorize that, what I had decided on. And so that I'm being people just know ahead of time, you know, kind of some of the pricing. Want to try and get avoid people feeling like they got ripped off. So they at least can know ahead of time of here's the prices, and I've got all these different social media accounts. They can see my work. And I would put this at like, if you're looking at the prices, you'll notice I do basic tier for each sizing, and then like an advanced, what I call advanced. I think I called it advanced. It's just basically the difference between me doing a bunch of special things versus like keeping it really simple with just like one highlight or something and no basing. The no basing would be like one of the biggest defining things between the basic and the advanced. I would technically still put this at the pricing of the basic, even though this I am kind of doing more than I would, because with eBay I'm just, my mindset is more of I know I'm going to lose money on it. I'm looking at it more as more as like an advertising expense kind of thing. Like I'm not necessarily doing it to make money. At least as far as the eBay minis. I'm hoping it can lead to that. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, if y'all keep sharing me with your friends who are interested in these kinds of streams and videos, then I might be able to make my money through streaming and doing YouTube videos. I probably would still sell some minis on eBay just because there's always minis like these where that I get in a Kickstarter that I'm just like, I don't know what I would use this for, or I really just can't see myself ever doing this. I have no interest of having this kind of a monster, whatever. So yeah, I think I would still do paint to sell even if I was making an income from streaming, just because it's a way for me to get some minis painted and out of our storage. Hand them off to someone else. Hopefully someone who enjoys the paint job, although my feelings won't be hurt. I don't go out of my way to try to see if someone posted like about stripping down something I painted that they bought from me. I'm gonna go back over this first one because I did not put as many little cracks in. I really feel like that kind of helped sell the dry cracked earth of having a lot of little smaller cracks. Okay, I probably need to stop there. We're getting into that realm where my toddler could wake up. So we'll stop there. But we got the dry crackers pretty much painted in. I like how that looks. I might glaze over that just a little bit. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. And then I am gonna take that darkest color that I started with and just kind of highlight a little bit in these beds here. Just to at least give it some sort of a depth and before I do the water pour. So yeah, I should be able to get all that done. I'll probably be able to do that later tonight and get it finished. And then it's gonna take, I forget how long. I'm gonna have to give it time for the water to cure before I go around like messing with putting on a sealer or anything. So it'll probably be more like later this, maybe the midweek or later this week by the time I get it all sealed and pictures taken and stuff like that. I'll go ahead and put up my socials in chat here. So there are all the places you can find me. Still getting back into the swing of doing, remembering to record some time lapses of my painting outside of streams and stuff. So they're still just mainly like videos of finished minis on the TikTok. But that's the goal, is I would getting some more of those time-lapse videos. You can kind of, so like a little quick how-to or seeing how I paint a portion of a mini. But yeah, again, Facebook will be where you can find when I do post a link for the eBay, or contact me, message me through any one of those. Probably not TikTok since I'm not on there as much. If you are interested in paying the base commission price for it, it would be for a large, the large basic commission price, or just wait for the auction. Anyway, I will see y'all on Thursday, where we'll probably be working on this halfling druid. So yeah, I will see y'all. So see y'all then. Bye.